So, hi, I'm Steve West, the founder and managing director of Involved Holidays, and today we have all the way from Portugal, Mr. João Nunes, our
Nice to see you again.
our top guide at the moment. Hello, how are you, sir? You good?
All good. I'm a bit surprised that we have nice weather, some sunshine here in the UK.
Yeah, absolutely. It's height of season, so I just wanted to have a chat with you today to talk about from the start to where we are now with Involved Holidays. So I think it was I can't remember if it was a phone call or an email I sent you back in. I actually think it was November 2020, actually, to say we've got this crazy idea that we're going to set up a walking company, and we wanted to do some stuff to the Algarve, and were you interested in getting on board? Do you remember that?
I am not so sure it was an email or a call, what was first, but I do remember you calling.
Yeah.
I remember me saying, are you mad? There's a pandemic going on. You want to start a new business now?
Yeah.
But at the time, although the idea seemed crazy, it was very challenging and a great project for the future. As you know, I love walking. I love showing people where I live, my areas. Nowadays, as you know, we do other destinations too.
Yeah.
So although it was maybe at the time a crazy idea, it was definitely a challenge.
Yeah, because we launched in May 2021, and I think we got our license in September to do overseas holidays. Then we had the first group in
November 2021.
Okay, and how many was that?
The famous 7.
Yeah.
Still keep in touch with some of them.
Yeah.
Some have been on other holidays with myself and with our company, of course.
Yeah.
And yes, it was a bit memorable.
Yeah.
Such a small group.
It was COVID times as well, wasn't it?
But we had to start somewhere.
Yeah, and then we went from that to, we now have probably 7 or 8 groups a year in the Algarve. And then other destinations in Portugal, we have Madeira, which you've done. We have, not so much in Portugal, we have Isla Canela, which flies into Portugal.
Costa de la Luz.
Yeah. Well, we've got over, I think, 30 destinations now, and exciting that we're going to be launching a new one soon, the Porto Trails and Rails, which is something that we've been talking about for 2 years now, isn't it?
Porto Rails and Trails, you mentioned it, that you wanted to do Porto or Trails, Rails and Trails, because a lot of people mentioned that they would like to do something like that, train journeys. So yes, I said Porto would be a good base, the north of Portugal. We never did anything so much further north in Portugal. It was always more Lisbon coast or the Algarve. And this specific program, Porto, good place to be based. It's a beautiful city. It's got a lot to see in the town, historical, and of course everybody knows Porto for the port wine too, and the Douro River. But to do a week's program, the Rails and Trails, there's so many places you can visit. There's Braga, Guimarães, Aveiro. I think we could really make this a very special program. Maybe a little bit different from our usual walks.
Yeah.
I think we're more used to the countryside and more rural.
Yeah.
This will be a little bit of mix. There'll be more urban walks, but I think it will be a product that people will enjoy a lot too.
Yeah, I'm excited. I've been to Porto a couple of times. I think it's a great place, and I'm also looking forward to actually using the trains and going out to the different cities each day. Like you say, more involved. But
Porto itself's got a lot of things to see. It is the second largest city in Portugal. It does have some palaces, some churches, still old-fashioned markets, still seniors, local farmers still, even if it's in the city, local farmers still sell local produce there. There's the tower, so there's a lot to do. Of course, there'll be the chance as well to visit the Porto wine cellars, which sometimes people never been to Porto. They're not actually in Porto. You have the river. The River Douro, the Douro River, and the wine cellars. They're all on the south shores. It's actually in a town called Gaia. Right. It's actually the nicest views of Porto because you're on the south shore. So you have the wine cellars. It's along the river. There's many different ones, and then you get the beautiful views of the riverfront of Porto on the other side. So,
okay, well, I've tried the White Port. But,
the White Port.
The
yes, we'll have the chance to try White Port. People as well about Port have heard about the Ruby and the Tawny, so they'll get a chance not just to taste, but if people don't really know much what is the difference, it will be a great thing. And we will eventually as well have the chance to see a lot of the areas where the actual vineyards. There'll be a day to go out along the river and, you know, to see where we have the vineyards, and they'll understand a bit more about Porto wine.
But as well as the rails, we're also going to do a trip on the river, aren't we? On this
trip on the river, yes. That will be. Don't.
So you said the weather was so good in England.
Yeah. Well, the Rails and Trails is going to be a different program because we're going to do a lot of sightseeing, history.
Yeah.
In our other products, like in the Algarve, we do visit towns too. People have the chance to do a bit of sightseeing. This will be a little bit more, as we are doing urban walks. The town of Braga, there will be other places to see. There is a sanctuary that is very popular. In Guimarães, another town we will visit, there's the castle. Guimarães is the birth city is where everything started. There's a big statue with our first king, 1143, Afonso Henriques. For those who want to come, if they're not really into history, well, they will learn a little bit too.
Yeah.
So it will be a bit of mixture. We have Aveiro, the Venice of Portugal. So it's going to be a mixture. There'll be some more days to see the countryside, the vineyards, beautiful landscape, the river, but there'll be some days as well to see real Portuguese towns and get a real taste of the Portuguese culture.
I do have one question, because anyone that's been on one of your trips knows that you like to sing on the coach, and this isn't going to have any coaches, so will you be singing on the trains?
Well, I am not so sure. We need to make sure that they allow us on the trains.
First, perhaps the boat. Perhaps save that for
perhaps
the road,
on the boat. We will have more than one boat trip, because there'll be Aveiro. Aveiro has this special boat, looks like a gondola, like Venice in a way. But we will eventually find some time for a song or two.
Yeah, I think that's probably enough talking from. Well, you've done a lot more talking than me from the pair of us. But thank you very much for your time.
Thank you.
This afternoon we're going to have a bit of a barbecue with the team, so that's going to be exciting. And so look forward to more chats with not just you, because I know you didn't want to do this. So with other guides, and keep looking out for Involved
I do
Holidays.
love the walking more than the talking, or at least on camera.
On
but
camera.
you know, it's a pleasure.
Yeah. All right. Well, thank you again.
Thank you so much, Steve.
Cheers.